This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. Household waste products lie in the category of non-hazardous waste, which includes food products, product containers, fruit peels, wrapping papers, plastic shopping bags, and other wastes that can be recycled. The term non-hazardous refers to household wastes that do not meet certain set measures and levels of causing harm to the environment, health, and life in the surroundings. However, these household wastes negatively affect the environment and health and cause negative impacts on any living organisms in the surroundings. Since these organic wastes will, nevertheless, decay and decompose, the decomposing mass becomes a good breeding ground for most bacteria and fungi, which poses a serious health threat to human life. Environmentally, rotting food products change the ecosystem by affecting the eating habits of the surrounding animals. Problems associated with large amounts of household waste. Large amounts of household waste pose major problems, especially when they accumulate to high levels and the waste management systems are poor. The type of waste disposal adapted for household waste determines whether the problems occurring from the accumulation of the waste continue. According to Lewis, poorly designed or poorly managed landfills create a number of adverse environmental impacts, including wind-blown litter and attraction of vermin. This problem is mainly experienced in urban settings, especially in developing countries where plastic shopping bags and wrapping papers are highly used. Winds blowing normally carry the light papers from the dump pits and litter the surroundings. On the other hand, the attraction of vermin such as mice and rats becomes evident in the dump sites where they get food and shelter, consequently becoming their breeding grounds. With organic wastes, especially from the kitchen, decaying is inevitable, and the decay results from the anaerobic breakdown of the organic waste, releasing methane and carbon dioxide. Knox observes that common byproduct of landfills is a gas composed of methane and carbon dioxide produced by organic waste breakdown anaerobically. These gases cause major odor problems, air pollution, and health problems and can destroy surface vegetation. Health-wise, these gases cause respiratory problems, which are expensive to treat. Large amounts of garbage also cause damage to the infrastructure, especially roads, where heavy trucks are used to collect and transport the waste to the dump sites. According to Vesiland and Worrell, fatal accidents and infrastructure damage on the access roads leading to the landfill are common in developing countries. The fatal accidents here involve scavengers buried in the waste piles. Damage to these infrastructures, together with the landfill operations, poses environmental noise pollution to animals and humans living in the surroundings. Moreover, due to the decay and decomposition of the organic waste in these landfills, there is a problem of contamination of the underground water and aquifer through leaching. Even though landfill remains the most common and affordable household waste disposal method, it has adverse health implications. Watts observes that decaying organic waste harbors bacteria and fungi and other disease-causing vectors, e.g., rat, flies, and cockroaches. People living close to these dump sites frequently suffer from diseases such as cholera due to the contamination of both water and food by dirt from the rotting garbage. Burning of plastics in the dump sites also contributes to health problems in that smoke causes respiratory problems, especially in small children. Large household waste is a major problem in most developing countries for both the environment and the health of the people. Proper waste management policies and mitigation procedures have been set in place to curb these problems. Solutions to reduce large household waste problems. Effective household waste management will involve reducing the amount of waste generated in a single house, reusing reusable materials, and recycling. As Karlberg and Norin say, the 3 rupees, reduce, reuse, and recycle, refers to waste hierarchy as a strategy in waste minimization. Applying these 3 strategies can minimize the amount of waste by half, which, on the other hand, would reduce the problem significantly. reusing shopping bags instead of buying new ones every time one goes shopping, repairing items other than buying new ones, and removing food and liquid remaining in cans are some ways to reduce household waste to minimum levels. The application of penalties also applies in waste management, and as LaGrega and Buckingham put it, the polluter pays principle is a principle where the polluting party pays for the impact caused in the environment. Instead of generating waste disposed of in the environment to cause problems, every household pays fees equivalent to the waste generated, which caters to proper and decent disposal of that waste. In this case, the fees levied on this waste help to regulate the amount of waste generated per household because the higher the waste, the higher the fees. Educational awareness of the waste implications on the environment and the intensive campaign on environmental conservation and proper waste disposal have also helped largely to reduce garbage generation, and consequently reduce the problems caused by large household waste accumulation. Conclusion: large household wastes involve wastes from the kitchen, in most cases packaged in plastic bags. Accumulation of this waste poses a series of problems to the environment, health, and life of many living organisms in the affected areas. To the environment, waste causes air pollution due to the emission of gases such as methane, which causes soil pollution and contamination of underground water coupled with noise pollution, especially during operations in dump sites. Moreover, the decomposition of organic waste generates greenhouse gases like methane, which cause respiratory problems when inhaled, on top of being a contributor to global warming. Moreover, dump sites harbor bacteria and fungi, which cause diseases. Minimizing these problems involves the application of the 3R's principle, which advocates for reducing garbage generation, reuse, and recycling. This essay on problems of household waste disposal was written and submitted by a student just like you. The IvyPanda Samples database hosts thousands of works similar to this one on various subjects. Visit ivypanda.com to find what you are looking for, free of charge.